What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cracker Hunters. I'm Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
And today we got another statue to review for all of you. And first, let me apologize for the delay in how we've been posting videos.
Hey, overtime, man.
Yeah, man. Overtime's been killing us right now.
Christmas time's coming.
Yeah, I think we did the same. I think we went through this last year too. Like around this time, we can only post like maybe once or twice a month. But once, beginning of the year starts, overtime cuts down, we're usually able to post 1 to 2 times a week. So just be patient with us, everybody. We appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank you for joining us so far.
Yeah, we passed up to 666.
I know.
Man.
I was like, I know he was thrilled about that one.
That was funny.
And what a perfect segue to go into our new statue that we got in front of us, man. So today we got the Nun from Sideshow Collectibles. Now, although I hate that movie was a piece of garbage.
It's still, she's in the Conjuring universe.
Yeah, so. The Conjuring 2 was a decent one, and she was in it.
Demon.
Whatever. Yeah, it was a decent movie. It was decent in the Conjuring 2, but yeah. So we got the Nun or Valak, if I think that's the correct pronunciation of the name that it had in the movie Valak. But yeah. So you ready to kick this review off? All right,
yeah,
so
let's do it.
All right. So for anybody who doesn't know, this is one of the characters, one of the main protagonists in the Conjuring 2, and then later on in that horrible piece of shit movie, The Nun.
Yeah.
It's a piece of shit. And I paid to see that movie too. Oh, I was pissed.
I didn't. Well, I guess technically I did because I rented it for like $1.
Right.
But,
And even that was too much money.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I don't condone downloading movies, but that's a downloadable movie at best.
No, I don't know, man. That's one of those wait till fucking go ahead.
No,
wait till
I was talking pirating. Yeah, I was talking about pirating.
Yeah, don't even pay cable to see that.
Ugh. But anyways, so actually, this one's actually one of the smaller statues from Sideshow. This one didn't cost too much. I think it was like $225, something like that. So I guess Sideshow was starting to get into some of the smaller scale statues, kind of like Iron Studios with their 1/10 scale statues, which you saw the review of Pennywise. I think it was last month or a month or so back. But I'm actually glad. Good job, by the way.
Yeah.
So I actually really like the statue.
Well, there was also the other thing. We had one of our subscribers ask us, I can't remember his tag, but he did ask us to start reviewing some smaller scale sculptures.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Or the statues and stuff. Some of the ones that are
easier.
More affordable.
Yeah, more affordable and easier to display.
Yeah, or just hide in like a curio cabinet.
Right.
Because, we all have wives or
whatever. I don't have to hide mine, as you can see.
We have significant others that may not have the same taste as us.
May not endorse the collection of statues that, we love to do.
Right.
Yes. But one of the things I do love about this one, man, is they got the face perfect.
I think that would have to be like the main thing.
Yeah, it was. Especially.
But you want to go ahead and do our review the way we do our thing?
Okay, yeah. So first we'll start with the base. We want to start with the base.
Yeah.
It's a pretty straightforward base. I do like all the crosses that it has all across there, and I just noticed this too because again, this is one of I took it out for a brief.
It's almost got like the Viking kind of Norse mythology stuff, the Norse language or however the hell they Scandinavian.
Yeah, I guess Scandinavian. We'll call it that
because it's almost like that Bluetooth symbol.
Yes. Now, one thing I do like too is like it has the snake eating the snake kind of thing wrapping around it. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Which I don't understand what that has to do with Valak, but.
Maybe it has something to do with the actual demon himself.
Right, because I know the actual demon Valak is not a nun; it's an actual demon. So they just made it the nun for the movie, which I'm glad they went with that.
Well, what it was like the demon possessed the nun, and kind of like they kind of kept her hidden in the basement. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So that's why we get like, now see like though on the box, so the cover of the box, you got all these crosses and stuff too.
Right. But like they're trying to keep it contained or something like that.
Right. But like the thing is like on the cover of the box that the statue came in, I noticed that the crosses at the bottom were inverted.
Oh, upside down.
Yeah, they were inverted, and as they rose up, they
becoming
normal.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, I was looking at this base, and I was kind of hoping that they would go with that.
But they did not.
No, they did not. But I mean, it's not bad because she's supposed to be in a church or like a temple or something.
Kind of cathedral or something like that.
Yeah, a cathedral. That's a better name for it.
And so it's a pretty straightforward base, everybody. You know, you got all the crosses and the snake eating the snake and the kind of Norse
mythology.
Runes. Yeah, it looked like they have runes on there. That's what I kept trying to search for that word in my head while you were talking. I'm like, I know it.
It's like runes. Scandinavian runes or some crap.
Something like that. And I guess it's mainly to keep that demon contained to whatever area it's in.
Right, because they kept her in that fucking room forever.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Long time. So the base is pretty good. I like the base. It's like I said, it's pretty straightforward. Nothing fancy, but it's for its size and what you want it to portray, it does a good job doing that. Now we're gonna move on to
the pose.
Yeah, the pose. I actually like the pose.
That's about the pose of the movie.
Exactly, yeah. So I think this one suits the Valak. You want to call it the Nun or Valak?
Just the Nun.
The Nun, yeah. Suits the Nun very well.
Because that's basically how you see her in the film.
Right, just screaming. And I actually have the exclusive version, so it comes with two different heads. This is the exclusive version with the screaming face, which to me, if you don't have the screaming face, it's a waste.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what we see in the movie is her that screaming face, which I don't say a waste, but I think it
just adds to the statue.
It does. And I don't actually think, I'm a little disappointed in Sideshow because I don't think this should have been an exclusive. I think this should have just been a swap out head.
Right.
Because once these sell out, the exclusive version, everybody's going to get the regular version, which is not bad by any means.
Right. But the thing is, though, the thing about the exclusive with her and the screaming face, the thing is whenever you see her doing the scream, she's always reaching.
Right, like leaning forward or exactly.
Reaching. But when she's kind of like in her pose as she is right now, it's always that kind of just
leaning.
Monotone.
And I like the way they just made it. They didn't make her standing straight up. She's like she's leaning forward just a little bit.
Yeah, like she's floating towards whoever.
Right. So actually, I think they did a good job. And for me, what's most impressive about this statue is the actual portrait of the statue. Which we're going to segue into that, by the way.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Okay, so now we're going into the sculpt and
the portrait.
The portrait.
Now the sculpt is pretty straightforward. Like they did a good job on the cloth because it's not mixed media. It's actually sculpted.
Yeah.
So they did a really good job of the folds in her actual.
Vestments.
It's the vestments? That's what we call it? Okay. In her actual vestments, they did a good job of doing the folds and everything like that. There's not really much, shading or anything because she's wearing black. So it's really not that much.
Well, there is quite a bit of shading because you got to look at like the kind of dirty look of the white.
Well, the thing is that because I think that's more because I can see what you're saying because even in the regular light.
No, I'm talking about like right here, right underneath her.
Well, I was talking about the vestments itself.
Oh yeah,
yeah, just the vestments. It's not really that much shading. It's just more of the folded texture of the way they made the sculpted look of it.
And I think that was a great design choice on their part was not using mixed media.
I agree. I'm actually probably in the minority. I love mixed media when it's done right.
I do. Yeah, I'm the same way.
I think with this one. Because of with it being such a small scale, I think Anubis is right. They did a good job just going into the sculpted look instead of the mixed media. I think the mixed media in such a small scale for this statue would have
been kind of pointless, and it would have taken away from work of the statue.
I think so as well. I think they did a good job just going with the sculpted look.
You know what? Also, I'm kind of enjoying.
I know. Go ahead.
Was it's still with the sculpt.
Oh yeah.
Is the way they replicated the rock and like granite,
or
marble, or whatever
that is. Was switch it around like that. Yeah, they did a good job doing that too. I agree.
They did it too with the flooring, on the base. I mean, they replicated that, and plus with the
stands,
candlestick stands.
Yeah, I do like that too. The candlestick stands. I do like the way they did that. Everything's uniform, and it looks like real. Candlestick.
Yeah, steel.
Yeah,
like it looks like good steel.
Right. So I think they did a good job on that. Now, for me, the most important part of this statue had to be the portrait because everything else, I don't want to say basic, but basic.
Yeah. I mean that's true.
Yeah. So they did a good job on keeping everything else basic and still looking good. But the most important part of this one had to be the portrait because, to be honest with you, everything else is covered in black except for her face.
Right, and that's mainly the focal point of the nun is her face. You know, you have to get that right, and it's got to look right, and it's got to look movie accurate.
Right, exactly. And I think for such a small scale, which I want to know who did this because they need to do more work like this at Sideshow because some of their quarter scale sculpts are a little meh. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But they did a really good job on the eye. Like the most impressive thing for me on the sculpt is that the eyes look orange and they look amazing, especially when you compare them to the movie face, which I'll put, y'all know me, I'm gonna put some pictures side by side. I'm actually gonna put a picture, should be posting it now, of a picture of the sculpt and the face from the movie side by side so you can see how close they look.
Well, here's some things to add too. So now in the movie, when she was doing her screaming face, of course her eyes were kind of like yellow, like ravens in the Exorcist.
Right.
So now when you look at her calm face, they're blue. Her eyes are blue.
You see? No, that's still yellow.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they're like a yellow.
Okay, it's the light then.
It's the lighting, yeah. So it's a little yellow. And that to me, like that's what they got the eyes, like for it to be so small, they got and it has that glossy sheen to it too. It doesn't look
on the eyes?
Yes, it doesn't look flat and it doesn't look weird. They have that gloss to them like real eyes would look. And they got the irises perfect. Like there's the circle in those irises with the orange. I'm amazed they even did it in such a small scale.
You know what else they did? They did too. I'm looking at this.
The veins?
The veins in her face and the paleness and all the folds in her face, the folds in her nose, everything, man. They did a hell of a job.
I think so too.
On such a small scale character, you know.
So Sideshow, if you could do this damn good on these, why can't you do that on quarter scales? Come on. Do me a favor and start.
I don't know, man.
You're getting you're looking at some of the best ones. There's been some sketchy faces that don't look like the character they're trying to portray.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see that. Yeah.
It's been some time. I'm not saying all the time, Sideshow, but whoever did the scope for this portrait did make you A+ for you, sir.
You did a hell of a job,
ma'am. Whoever did that, y'all did a really good job.
Yeah, whoever did it,
portraying that.
Because the physiognomy on this is damn near on point.
Yeah, I agree. Like it looks like the movie character.
Yeah,
they did a really good job on that.
And the movie character almost looks like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, man, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
You know,
and if you want to switch it out, it has some magnets. All you would do would just lift up because the magnets are, I guess, right in here. So you would just lift up. We take the exclusive out. We put the regular in. Got the magnets in there. Bam.
Oh, they could do that with the Nun, but they couldn't do that with Death.
You're right.
Change the hood.
Hey, I'm not complaining. We got 3 awesome masks from that, so I'm not complaining.
Awesome masks, but I mean, the hoods are just as cool, you know? Okay, I digress. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, though.
Now you get a good chance to look at the up close.
Well, yeah, dude, the teeth.
The gloss, like I said, everything that they needed to do right with that portrait, they did right.
Man, they even got every individual tooth in there.
I tell you, man, they did. Like I said, when you see the close-ups of these pictures, they did really well.
Well, they made the eyes brighter on her
on the screaming face. Well, I think
it's because it's movie accurate,
right? And that's more of that face is more well known than anything because, to be honest with you, you only see a couple frames, a couple shots of her in a regular face. And then she's screaming at you.
God, they did such a good job on that face.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it really is.
Impressive.
It's such a small scale.
Now, one of my only complaints about this statue, and it's a preference, and I don't actually see how they could have done it, so I can't really complain too much. But it's more of a personal preference. I really wish they would have done it some kind of lighting feature for the candles.
For the one candle.
Yeah, for both.
No, this one right here is going out, which honestly,
that's fair enough. Yes.
Now this is a critique that I have also. With,
I think the smoke is too thick.
It's too much. There's too much going on here. You know, you could have done half of they should have made even a quarter of that.
Right. I think they should have made that a little bit thinner because the smoke looks really too thick for it to have been. Because we all know if a candle goes out, It's this little thin smoke and it festers out. I guess it peters out, whatever.
Yeah, it just kind of fades away.
Yeah, it fades away. Yeah. But I think this one, which I understand probably this was more of a design choice because if you made it a little too thin, it probably would have been hard to hold up.
No, they can't say that. They cannot say that, period, because look what they did with the spirit molds on Death.
Okay.
On his spirit faction.
I was trying to throw him a bone, but fair enough. I agree. I just think that the smoke looks a little cheap. It looks a little
bulky.
and it is too bulky, especially for something where you're just trying to portray a candle just going out. It's way too bulky for that. And that should have been a quarter, like Anuba said, a quarter of what it actually was. It's a thin line of something,
or nothing at all,
or not nothing at all. Right? Yeah.
And there is actually an easier way to do the light up feature because all you have to do is just run a little cord through the candle.
We say easy, but we don't design these, so I don't know how easy that is.
The people who design these things, I'm sure
that's a pretty thin pole too, though.
Yeah, and that's a small light.
Well, I'm not denying that, but I'm saying that it probably would have been harder to design a light in there. That's a pretty small one.
I mean, it can be done.
I'm not saying it can't be, but it probably would have been a little bit more expensive if they had tried that. I don't know. I don't know.
And plus, you know how cool it would be if the both of them would light up?
Oh,
especially
in
a dark room.
Well, you know what? Now that I say that, that's bullshit. I'm giving a bullshit reason because, you know what? On NECA's Michael Myers, you can take that little thing out of the pumpkin and it does a flickering effect. Okay, I'm sorry, Sideshow. I remember that, so I can't give you a pass. I agree. It should have been something small. Even if it eventually dies out, it would have been cool to have. I think something could have been done, like you said. I would have preferred a light up feature.
And light up feature on both. I might as well just take out the smoke and just put up another one. Because you imagine how cool that would be to have this.
One in the front and in the back.
Yeah, in a pitch black room.
Ooh, that'd be creepy as shit. Yeah, so Sideshow, I think they did drop the ball on that one. I think there should have been a light up feature on this. Because I say it's hard to do, but we've seen like Hot Toys and some other smaller scale
Iron Man's with the glowing eyes.
Right. So there are smaller scale statues that have managed to fit light up features in there for an affordable price. So I can't give Sideshow a pass on this one. I would have preferred a light up feature. That's just me. I don't think the light up feature not being on there takes away from the statue. I just would have preferred because they do an adequate job of painting it to where it looks. Because I'm pretty sure on camera, with the light hitting it, it looks like it's lit up right now as far as the camera.
Yeah, but that can be done with like a luminescent kind of paint.
Right.
I mean? Or maybe I'm saying it wrong, but whatever.
Right. I just would have preferred it with having a light up feature. That's just me. Yeah. Take away
I'm right there with you, so it's not just you.
But overall, man, I think the paint application. That's what
we're missing.
Yeah, that paint application. Yeah, now the paint application. The only misstep I see is the actual smoke, and it's not. It's just it looks cheap, and I understand this statue is a lot cheaper than most of their quarter scales.
I'm not a big fan of the word cheap. Maybe less expensive because it's actually a pretty decent.
It looks cheap.
It's a decent quality statue. Maybe. I think that maybe you're a little simplifying it a little bit too much because there's actually a lot of good color detail in it.
Oh, there are. I didn't say the entire statue looked cheap.
Oh, okay.
I said there's smoke.
Okay, well, let's not beat that dead horse.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Because we've already talked about that.
Fair enough. Now, as far as everything else on the statue, I think they did a really good job as far as the paint application. There's really not much to do on the
vestments and the gown.
Yeah, exactly, because it's really black. They do a good job of painting that black and getting to where the folds look really good. The most impressive thing as far as the paint application is the portrait. That's an important. I'm switching it out.
Oh yeah. Well,
where's
okay,
my
go ahead.
Where's it?
It's right here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm switching it out.
Yeah,
that's the most impressive thing about this. You're right. You get all the individual
all the teeth and the gloss inside the mouth.
Yeah, right. That's the most impressive thing about this statue is they did such an amazing job on the portrait. That's really impressive. Everything else is pretty straightforward, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, I think that like the column that they did.
Right, they did a good job because you can see in the individual.
Yeah, it looks almost either like marble or granite.
It looks like little small, like small indentations, as far as where the rock is and everything. Like they did a good job on the paint application, in my opinion.
And in the base too, where it actually looks like it's like that marble flooring or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I can't tell you what rock. This right here looks a lot like
that's
granite.
marble. That's marble. I don't think this is marble.
Nah, this looks like granite, dude.
You think
it looks
so?
like a stone, like a tombstone.
Okay. I think they did a good job on the paint application on the the candle in the front because they do a good job of trying to make it look like it lights up. So they did a pretty good job on that. Overall, the paint application is really not nothing like to write home about, with the exception of the portrait. It's pretty straightforward.
Right.
No paint defects. Nothing
that we can see. Anyway.
Right.
And if there is defects, they're very well hidden.
Right. Because I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah. I mean, it all looks good.
Right. So I mean, overall, man, I mean, the paint application is good. Like, they even did the shading good on the white part of her vestments, and even the little her little part of her belt right there.
The only thing that they're missing, though.
What's that?
Is the rosary.
Oh, that would have been nice to have seen her. Yeah.
Well, I think her. Did she?
I'm not sure if she had one or not. They did a good job on the paint application on the hands too.
Oh yeah, that's true. It looks just like the kind of like on the face.
Right.
Like you can just tell it's been dead.
Yeah.
The host is dead, and the demon's taking over and controlling the dead body.
So I mean, overall, let's go to overall now. Overall, I think this is for the price. I think it could have been a little bit cheaper. I think it should have been priced around $175 to maybe $199. I think this was like $249 or $225, one or the other. I think this probably would have been better priced at about $199. That probably would have been the max. If I was making this, I would have charged for it. It's not too overpriced. I think it's just a tad. It's just a smidgen overpriced for the size. But overall, I would rate this man an easy B plus for me.
Okay.
Easy B plus.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and rate it to a solid B plus also.
Okay.
I think overall as a statue, it's almost spot on except for the
smoke.
This
I thought we
glop,
weren't beating this. I thought we weren't.
Well, no, we're doing the overall. This glop right here that makes no sense.
No, it's just too thick for smoke.
And I think what you're actually paying for isn't just like the paint and the sculpt and stuff like that. You know what I think you're paying for is movie accuracy.
And I agree. I'm not even going to disagree with you on that. I think the movie accuracy of this is spot on. I've seen The Nun, unfortunately, and I've seen The Conjuring 2.
Well, The Conjuring 2 would be a better reference, and it would have been a better statue if it would have been from that.
Right. I think this is based off of The Nun, though.
It is, though.
Yeah.
Because, there is no church in Conjuring 2.
Right. So, I mean, but I think overall the movie accuracy is good. I think this is a solid B plus statue. If you're a horror fan, I think you wouldn't. I mean, you're looking for something less expensive or more affordable than some of the quarter scale statues that are well into the $600, $700, $800, or above price range. $225 is reasonable. It's a reasonably priced statue. It's nothing too expensive. So if you're looking to get into something, I hope Sideshow does more of these smaller scale statues because it makes it more affordable for people who can't afford it.
This statue almost reminds me of? It's like a Kotobukiya.
No, Kotobukiya. Kotobukiya, don't take this as a shot because you do a damn good job for the price. I think this is a little more detailed than Kotobukiya.
I don't know, man.
Some of them. I mean, I've seen some pretty good Kotobukiya. Like that Venom one I used to have.
Yeah.
That was
my Joker.
Yeah.
My Joker one's damn good. And,
it is.
It simulates all the folds and stuff in his suit.
That's true.
And plus the texture in his face and stuff.
Right, but it's not the polystone because this isn't plastic. This is like polystone.
I don't know.
That's polystone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're probably right.
So I mean, like I said, this is an easy B plus. If you're a horror fan, I'd recommend it. I mean, there's nothing to take. There's no major quality issues. I've not seen any. The only thing is that our complaint is this garbage ass looking smoke. Sorry, Sideshow, but it's garbage. I think it should have been thinner.
I think you're right. That's really the only complaint you can actually make about the entire.
And the good thing about that, if you don't like that, well, let's see. Just take it out and just pose it with just a regular candle. You don't even have to pose it with it. Doesn't take, and that's a good thing about these. It doesn't take anything from or adds. Really adds I think it adds more than it takes away from. You could take this one out, and it doesn't really take away from the statue
You know what
itself.
you could do, though? You could just put the smoke behind this column.
Yeah, what?
That way, at least you have the cool-ass fucking candle holder.
Right.
So now we don't even have to see it.
Well, from the front you don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're looking at it. That's all I can see right now. But if I flip it over this way, you know, all I see is just a blip.
Right. Not really seeing it. Yeah, exactly.
All you see is just a little bit of a blip, and that's fine.
Yeah. So like I said, overall, B+ for me.
B+ for me also.
So if you're, I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you're a horror fan, this is a recommended one for me. I recommend for horror fans, even if you're not a fan of the Nun, but you're a fan of Conjuring, I'd recommend picking this up. It's an easy recommend.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm a horror fan, and I got horror statues, so this was an easy pickup for me.
I think I would probably say the same thing, but I don't know, man. That movie was pretty.
No, it was garbage.
It was pretty.
It was garbage.
I'll be honest, dude. I'm a big horror time fan too, but I don't know if I could spend that. Yeah. I don't know if I could justify that.
Hey, that's fair enough. You know what I mean? Not everybody can, and maybe a lot of people who don't like the Nun who's like, fuck that statue because I don't like the movie.
You know, I think that
it's understandable.
I think that if it would have used the background and a base from The Conjuring, I could justify it.
Right. Hey, that's understandable.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody, that's the end of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to get notified of our future videos. Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
Thank y'all for joining us on this review today. See y'all next time. Don't look. Hey, we will be posting. Hey, Hank. I know you asked about it, man. Don't worry. I will be posting that video for which factions produce the best statues as far as the Court of the Dead. That will be coming this weekend. So it either be Sunday or between Sunday and Tuesday, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Like I said, so somewhere around there. Because this one will be posted first because it's the newest statue. Like you get the newer one. So Hank, don't worry. That's getting caught. I mean, caught.
It's all right.
That's getting put up, man. Don't worry. We ain't forgot about you.
Yeah.
Don't forget now. We got Poxel coming up. So as soon as that is released, there'll be a review on that.
Oh man,
so,
I can't wait. I can't
me
wait
too.
for that.
So don't forget, everybody. I know our videos have been very inconsistent. Just our overtime, man. Just what it is what it is. So I think for all the new subscribers and all the old ones who've been sticking with us, man, since the beginning, you almost got us to 1,000. Appreciate it. So we'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.